welcome back to another episode of the Henny podcast. As always, I'm your host, your brother, Jay White. First things first, nigga, I know it's been about a month since I had a new episode. I know the drops, you were wondering, if I was coming back. It's been, like I said, about a month. Man, life been lifing in a good way though. So I don't want to make it seem like stuff has been going awry or it's been going sideways for me. I just been busy, but in a good way because, I asked for the stuff that's on my plate right now. And, I got to see it through. I got to see a lot of it through. So as always, thank you for locking in, tapping into the Henny podcast. I appreciate the support always. Speaking of support, make sure you check out that link tree in the show notes of the podcast, man. That'll take you to everything Henny Nights related, whether it's Henny Nights merch, which there's a tab there in that link tree for that. You can get your tees because it's hot as fuck outside. You can start preparing for fall, where you can get your hoodies and your crew necks. Everything as far as Henny Nights merch related in regards to those items, you can buy that. You can tap in with that and you can purchase that and it'll be sent right to you. Nice quality too. It'll last you for a second. Henny Gang jerseys. A lot of people been asking me about those. I got a new version of the Henny Gang jersey. It's on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, J White the Press. And you'll see it. It's pinned to the top of my profile. And yeah, it's a new version of the jersey, or you can get the I was about to call it a retro jersey, but you can get the baby blue version of that jersey as well. Just tap in with me, shoot me a message, a DM, or email me, text me if you got my number, whatever. If you want one of the versions of that jersey, just let me know. And I can get that to you as well. And also, any other Henny Gang merch, like the Meg Thee Stallion joint t-shirt, the Kanye t-shirt, the Tupac t-shirt. If you want those, again, tap in with me, and we can figure that out, and I can get you locked in with that. Also, as always, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast, whether you're listening to it on YouTube, because I am on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you're listening to this at. Like and subscribe, and always share with your people. And again, I appreciate the support, man. I love y'all for real. Now, as I was saying, life been lifing, but in a good way. Work is going really, really good. I am taking on more in my position. And so, I have to figure out the balance of that with my schedule, which, my work-life balance tends to be pretty decent. But it's just been an uptick in the amount of things that I'm involved in project-wise. So that's why there's been kind of a lapse between podcasts. But I am getting people on the show, looking to stick to that bi-weekly schedule and continuing to have content. At some point, I do plan on taking like another break. I'm not even gonna hold you. I do plan on taking another break, not like super long term break, but just a quick recharge. You know what I'm saying, to get back to it, because there are a lot of things I want to do, and expand into and just experiment with, you feel me? So yeah, that's kind of like the life update with me right now. Like I said, it's not crazy, it's not bad at all. It's a lot of things that I've asked for, that I prayed for, that I'm manifesting for myself, and it's lit right now, man. I'm extremely happy in the position that I'm in. So that's a little bit of a life update regarding the podcast itself and just what's been going on with me. But yeah, I don't have a guest this week. It's a solo Jay White joint. So you kind of know the format of that. I'll do a little quick AMA at the end, answer some questions, because I always want to engage with my listeners. And I typically ask these questions or post about it on Instagram in my story. And so feel free to also email me. And if you got my number, feel free to also text me. Or if you follow me on any platform, feel free to DM me your question. And I'll, when I do ride solo on a episode and I do an AMA, I'll answer the question on the podcast. So with that being said, that's at the end of the show. It's story time. So, I've seen quite a few posts, like maybe within the last month and a half, asking, like, what was your first job as like a teenager, semi young adult, essentially. And so that topic had people telling funny stories about what their first job was, or like one of their first like big boy, big girl jobs or whatever. And so my first job, I was a bagger at a grocery store. And so I've had like a lot of jobs growing up. And so a lot of the funny stories were coming from when people were like undergrads in college and whatnot. And so I had a few jobs when I was in undergrad in college. But this one particular job, I ended up, so how I got to applying for this position is I got fired from Enterprise. I got in a car accident or whatever, and if you work for Enterprise, you only get like one, maybe two accidents or whatever. And so my second day on the job, I fucked up a car going through a car wash or whatever. And so I already had, like a strike against me and shit like that. And so I ended up getting into another accident because this motherfucker was speeding in a parking lot. And I couldn't react quick enough to get out of his way. And this big ass, I think I was driving like a Trailblazer or some shit. And we got in an accident, whatever. And so, when you young, you trying to figure your way through life or whatever. You may have already switched majors in undergrad. You're just trying to do anything outside of the refund checks that you would get from school if you so happened to do that thing, and was able to finesse that correctly. Outside of the refund check, you still have to like have some type of income or whatever, because more than likely you gonna fuck up that refund check. And so I'm looking for another job, and you got Career Builder out there. I don't know if Indeed was a thing at the time, but you could also go on Craigslist and also look for jobs. People posted jobs on there and shit like that. And so I'm on the Craigslist website, the job section. I'm looking for jobs. And of course, like, I'm in the process of also switching my major to communications and marketing and shit like that. And so I see this posting talking about marketing job. You can make upwards to like $1,000 to $2,000 in a week. And so to a 19-year-old, you like, hell fucking yeah, nigga. $1,000 to $2,000 a week, bruh. That's an insane amount of money for somebody that age, right? And so of course I applied. Now knowing what I know, red flag number one should have been applying for a job and they call you within 20 to 30 minutes of you applying for that job. But again, I'm young and I'm trying to get this bread. I'm trying to get this paper. And so, you go through the initial phone interview, and I go through that process, and they were like, hey, can we get you to come into our office and do the second round of like interviews and shit like that. And so I'm like, bet I'm back in the game. It's about to be up. I'm about to have like some change, some crazy paper in my pocket, some crazy change. At 19, man, I'm doing this shit. Just gassed, just geeked up. And so the day of the actual second interview come, and I get to the place. Of course, I'm dressed up and shit. And so I'm there for my interview, and I'm thinking, it's gonna be like a one-on-one situation or whatever. I get to the place, and they take me in this like conference room, and I walk in with like 10 other people sitting in this fucking room. So I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe they just gonna call everybody one by one. It's gonna be like a process of elimination situation. And so I'm looking around, and I'm like, okay. And I look up on the wall, and I see this big ass sign that says Vector on top of it. Now, for those of you who are listening and are familiar, you probably have an idea where this is about to go. If not, you're about to find out. So, I see the sign, and it says Vector on the top of it. And so, what I thought was going to be an interview turns into all of us essentially got the job, quote unquote, got the job. But this interview turns into a orientation / demonstration. So the head guy or whatever comes in, and he's like, welcome, we want to welcome you to Vector. We know we told you that it'll be an interview, but we actually want to hire all of you. And so you're like, okay, all right, cool. I ain't against nobody else getting their paper. And so he proceeds to go, yeah. So you're probably wondering what it is that we do. Have you ever heard of Cutco? And I'm like, fuck, Cutco. Why the fuck does that sound familiar? Cutco. And he pulls out this assortment of knives. And I'm like, okay, I've seen these knives before. Okay, cool. And he proceeds to basically gas up the knives. Like, this is top of the line cutlery. You've never seen knives cut like this. You have never seen this butter knife, this butcher's knife, this cleaver. You've never seen anything sliced like this. And he proceeds to slice through, different veggies and shit. Like full on demonstration. And so he gasses us up. And, he's like, yeah, come up here and test out the knives. So our goofy asses all get up there and test it. And we're like, yeah, these do cut good. These actually cut really nice on some goofy shit. And so he was like, we even have scissors that can cut through a penny. And like, of course, being impressionable at fucking 19 or whatever, we're like, hey, get the hell out of here. Ain't no goddamn scissors cutting through no penny. And he proceeds to demonstrate these scissors cutting through a fucking penny. And so now we are like, oh shit, oh shit, these scissors cut through a penny. It's like, yeah. So we're hiring you all today because we want you all to sell these items to the public. And so how it's going to work is we're going to send you out there with a kit of some of this fine cutlery and the scissors. All you have to do is go out there, make appointments, and sell them. Like, you have a base pay of like what you'll make just off the rip. But like the more you sell, the cutlery and the scissors, the immaculate scissors, the more you make money. And so y'all are gonna be under me. And then at some point, within 3 to 6 months, you'll have your own office and you have your own field agents. So of course I know you're thinking like, nigga, that is a pyramid scheme. But again, I wasn't familiar with that game or whatever. I wasn't familiar with that at all. And so they make their money by you putting down your money on the damn starter kit. And then it just goes from there. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I know a decent amount of people, man. I wasn't like, and still to this day, I don't like selling shit regardless. Because I feel like you already got your mindset on whatever the hell it is you want to buy. Whether I gas you up to do it or not. But again, $1,000 to $2,000 potentially in my pocket. Like, yeah, let's get to it. So I made like, I remember telling my folks like that this is what I'll be doing. And they, they knew what the vibes was. They already knew what it was, but you gotta bump your head or whatever. And they did say, Cutco did say, if you decide to like not want to do it, they will, you gotta send in the kid and they'll give you your money back and shit like that. So I had my first appointment, and it was with a teacher of mine, a teacher from fucking middle school. And he let me do like about 10 minutes of the presentation before he was like, hey, like, I know what you're capable of. You really want to sit up here and sell knives and sell these scissors? Like, don't get me wrong. It's like, it's nice. It's quality. But like, you really gonna sit up here and go door to door selling knives while you in school? And once he put it in that perspective, I was like, yeah, you right, bruh. I just been looking for a job, I didn't effed up this refund check, so I gotta like be able to stay afloat until, it's time to register for the next round of classes and I can get this damn refund check. And so, yeah, that was my last goddamn day trying to sell knives. I immediately packed up my cutlery and my penny cutting scissors, and I actually had to, I can't remember if I think I had to ship it back to whatever. It wasn't in St. Louis. It was somewhere else. I had to ship it back, and they had to, they refunded me the money in my bank account that I had at the time. So I gave them, like, I had the bread on me when I got the kit, but I had to give them my banking information for them to send me back my money. So, yeah, they tried to have me out here selling knives at one point. But it also made me think about another, which I'm still not sure if it's a scheme or not, because, well, I guess it is a scheme, because even though the knives, now I think they actually just got actual storefronts where you can just buy the goddamn knives from or whatever. But again, when I was, how old was I when I realized this other one was a scheme? I guess about 20. I guess I was about 20. And once again, if you don't learn anything from Uncle Jay White, stay. I don't even think. I don't even know if Craigslist is still a thing where you go out there and look for jobs. It might. It might be. I'm not entirely sure, but about another job, and this is how they get you. These marketing jobs, which marketing like in itself, any job heading that leads with like the term marketing, do some damn research. For anybody that's young out there that's listening to this, do research on the company first, because now you can find anything out there. You can find any information about a company out there, and you'll know within 5 to 10 seconds whether it's a reputable company or it's like this company be scamming motherfuckers. So once again, applied to another Craigslist job and dressed up, went to the office, and they took me and like one other person like out to like the white, I'll call it the white part of town, like Baldwin, Missouri. If you're familiar with Missouri, they took us out to like Baldwin, and again they positioned it as like this marketing job where you can make unlimited amount of money, and they wanted us to go door to door selling shit again, but we were selling coupon books. They're selling coupon books. And they were legit coupons. Like, it was a thick ass book that they had coupons to almost every fucking store you could imagine. And we would we went out to this neighborhood and just knocked on door to door and tried to sell this funky ass coupon book. And so it was in the summertime too, this time. And so it was hot. I'm in this full blown fucking suit, walking around this white ass neighborhood. And the dudes that dropped us off were these two white dudes. They went off and did, I don't know what the fuck they did. And I can't remember like the race of the other person I was with. I do remember it was a dude. But we were just in this neighborhood, knocking on door to door, trying to push these coupon books or whatever. And we did this shit for about maybe an hour to an hour and a half. And so they finally came back and got us. And like they were really positioning it like they were doing something. They took me and dude to Taco Bell. And was like, after we had, tried it out, and was like, so what do y'all think? You feel like you can make a career off of this? And I was like, I mean, I'm a little wiser at this point. I'm like, I mean, it's coupon books, my boy. Like you get those in the paper. You get those in the Sunday newspaper. You get them in the weekly newspaper. You get a shit ton of them. Like, what's going to make these people buy this coupon book from us, bro? And he was just on some shit like, well, you got to want it, man. You got to be hungry, man. You got to really do it. You can make a lot of money. It's unlimited potential. It's uncapped commission. They love using the word uncapped commission. You do this, man. You can, at one point, you can just have your own team or whatever. I'm like, man, but you gonna burn it up. There's only so many amount of times that you can hit the same neighborhood over and over trying to push this little coupon book. And so I'm like, I get what you're saying. I get the uncapped commission, Bradford. I get what you're trying to say or whatever. But I'm like, I don't know if it's for me. He was like, well, I'll put it to you like this. You go home and you think about it, and you'll let me know your answer by your actions. You meet me tomorrow at the office or at 9, and if you meet me there at 9, that'll let me know that you're really about this, that you really see the potential. And if not, I know where you stand. And I was like, cool, all right, cool, I can do that or whatever. So I went home, and that was the end of that shit, nigga. I did not fucking meet up with Bradford and Colin to fucking go push pocket coupon books again after that shit. it was a wrap. It was a fucking done deal out there, and that was the last time I got like that, bro. There was another one where, once again, marketing opportunity that basically just has you in the middle of Sam's Club or Costco selling like direct TV subscriptions. Like it was predatory as fuck. It's very predatory. Because marketing was a buzzword at the time. Marketing and uncapped commission. You'd put those two together, and folks are going to bite that are like looking for work 10 times out of 10. And so, this conversation that I said that was circling around on social media just made me think like, damn, dog, I got trapped. I got trapped in one pyramid scheme, and I almost got trapped in another. Look, the coupon book, like, I didn't have to put money down to get the coupon book or whatever, but it was still some bullshit. Like I said, predatory as hell. But this conversation around that, it was interesting. I will say I did get like my last job before I graduated from undergrad. I did get a solid job off of Craigslist. So I was batting one. Actually, no, I got two solid jobs off of Craigslist. They weren't the two that I hit on that were actually solid. I didn't, it weren't pyramid schemes. They were actually like, they were cleaning jobs actually. So I'm low key 52 out of 50% off of Craigslist. So it was a crapshoot for sure. But yeah, I'm rambling. But that little topic reminded me that I straight got in the whole selling knives scheme, bro. And it lasted all of like 48 hours though. But yeah. Moral of the story is, anything that's too good to be true, sound too good to be true, and uses buzzwords like uncapped commission and fucking marketing, advertising in the title. Do your Googles, do your fucking research, because it's some bullshit. But moving along, bruh. Now I'm gonna do the AMA portion of the podcast. And so, question 1. What are your thoughts on the Kendrick Lamar concert? So the Kendrick and Friends concert was fire, bro. Diabolical how he played Not Like Us, what was it, like 6 or 7 times? The energy that was just jumping off the screen, that was some real LA, Compton, Inglewood Watts type vibes, for real. And it made me realize that music in general, regionality matters, bro. Like growing up, like, yes, the artists can collaborate. Not saying artists can collaborate, but like the New York sound was the New York sound. You can get that from listening to it. The down south sound was the down south sound. You can get that. The Chicago sound was the Chicago sound. The St. Louis sound was the St. Louis sound. The Cali sound was the Cali sound. The Florida sound was the Florida sound. And yes, these artists would collaborate. Detroit sound. Artists would collaborate all the time. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but when everybody is trying to make algorithm as music, you lose the originality of music. When everybody's trying to sound the same to go viral or pop off, you lose the originality. There is value in musicianship, bro. That shit matters. It's always going to separate the cream from the bullshit. And so that being a entirely West Coast concert and it even introduced me to artists I would have never heard of. Like, I downloaded some of those artists from the damn concert. It was like the LA sound is a vibe. It's a pop. And so what's his name? I think Rucci. Yeah, I never heard of him before, but he was there, and I downloaded his music immediately. I was already a fan of like Ty Dolla $ign and YG and Tyler the Creator or whatever. And so different sounds, we need different sounds. So that's like the biggest thing I took away from the Kendrick Lamar concert is that like that regional sound is still a thing and still needed, and we need more of that for sure. And then of course, like the motherfuckers that was saying nobody listens to Kendrick, hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, bro. Like stop playing with him. And this is not to like say, you know, Drake doesn't have hips. I mean hips. BBL Drizzy does have hips, but this is not to say Drake doesn't have hits. He absolutely does. And I don't even think this is a situation that people are trying to make it seem where it's like a Ja Rule situation where Drake won't be able to maneuver at all. Drake will be Drake. Drake will be fine. Drake still has his audience or whatever. Has he taken a hit? Absolutely. He fucked around and found out. He definitely fucked around and found out. It's not, I'm not going to go so far as to say Drake is cooked. Drake is finished. That's not true or whatever. Drake will be fine or whatever. But to sit up here and say Kendrick doesn't have hits is just a lie. Kendrick is one of them ones, bro. And y'all gotta stop playing. Even just because it isn't the algorithmic ass music and to go viral and be a TikTok fucking TikTok sound, which ironically not like us, is fucking everywhere. And that is Drake's lane and Drake's game, and he did Drake better than Drake. That's not Kendrick has hits that are substance. So you can't deny that. Stop saying that nigga's a dweeb. Like the conversations around that, like who the fuck listens? Clearly a lot of people. This Nobel Prize winner, clearly a lot of motherfuckers do. Sold out world tour. So like, let's stop moving the goalposts and being revisionist. But that's all. The concert was live. And as soon as Kendrick drops this next album and goes on tour, I will be there. So, next question. What are your thoughts on House of Dragon? Fire. Fuck Sir Christian Cole. You know, what's her name? Spoiler alert if you're not familiar or haven't caught up. You know, rest in peace, Rhaenys. You know, a real one went out in a blaze of glory, literally, my nigga. It's fire, and it's coming from like I try to avoid spoilers because everything is, you know, is booked based off a book, Ice and Fire or whatever, or like I said, Game of Thrones, all of that. I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. And I was somebody that was late to the Game of Thrones party. You know, I didn't jump into Game of Thrones until like maybe season 3 or 4. And it wasn't hard for me to pick up on what was going on or whatever. So I'm loving it. It's fire. I'm ready to see Sir Christian Cole get clapped. You know what I'm saying? Eamon and Damon, I need Damon to get his shit together. Hallucinating and playing with this fucking witch. Like, get your shit together, because you're hurt that, you know, Rhaenyra was Viserys' choice to be, you know, the rule, and you and your feelings about it and all this other shit. Get over it. Get over it. But yeah, and the dragon battles this season, crazy. You feel the weight of like once you pull out the big ace, You can't just put that shit back in. Like now it's leveled up. There's stakes at hand. So I'm loving it. But it's definitely fuck Sir Christian Cole simp ass, bro. Dead ass. Nigga wanted to go off with Rhaenyra's to like harvest cinnamon. Like cinnamon and orange. That nigga said cinnamon and oranges. Nigga, motherfucker Rhaenyra said, nigga, I'm finna rule all this shit. Fuck your farmer's dream, nigga. And he went and clapped her bestie. A simp ass nigga. And look what happened while he was clapping the queen. All types of mayhem. So that nigga, I'm ready for that nigga to get got immediately. I can't wait till they get his ass up out of here. So yeah, I'm loving it. Next question. So this question is about relationships, and it is, if you aren't going 50-50, then what kind of relationship do you have? Are you happy? I'm a firm believer in doing what the fuck you want to do. Fuck what everybody else say. Your happiness is not going to look like anybody else's happiness. You got to build the world and the environment that you want to have and you want to build. If you want to go 50-50 because inflation is whooping your ass and everything costs a lot and it's a lot to live and you don't want to have kids and you got all of these things that are happening. If you don't want none of that shit, be with somebody that don't want none of that shit. If you want somebody that's going to fully take care of you and you want to be a housewife of all that, find that. It may not be realistic. It may be a lot harder for you to find a partner. Find that shit. But do what suits you instead of engaging in what the fuck social media is trying to tell you on what you should do, bro. Life is hard enough as it fucking is. And we all trying to figure this shit out. And y'all niggas want to ask what motherfuckers bring to the table. All of this motherfucker can't afford to pay for my nails and my hair and my eyelashes and buy me lamb chops weekly. I don't want that nigga. Bruh, it's somebody out for everybody. Get in the field. Get your ass on the dating apps where they vet you and ask you your income. If you're looking for that type of motherfucker, do that shit. There's too many avenues for you to find the motherfucker that you want to be with. Whether it's you want to be the Lulu or you want to be in the real world. It's somebody out there for that. And then stand on that shit. But it's people, men and women, are asking for shit that they themselves cannot fucking bring to a relationship. If you can't supply your own means to do the shit and have the shit that you want, why are you expecting somebody else to do that shit, bro? And that, like I said, that's man or woman, dog. So get your ass out in the field and stop bullshitting and get your ass off these goddamn social media sites and go touch some grass. And then maybe you'll be able to find somebody that's going to love your funky ass. And it's really that fucking simple, bro. Next question. What did you think of the BET Awards? Trash. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was mid, bruh. It was mid. I'm still not sure how the Usher tribute came about. Like, what was that about? I don't know if Usher handpicked all the women. Like, Chloe killed that shit. Tiana and Victoria killed that shit. But everything else was like, Tanashi, bro. Like, really, like, and you know, Coco, like, it was cool, it was alright, but it's just like, I thought Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, I thought he killed that shit. I think at least a little, you know, the ballad, I don't know why he changed You Don't Have to Call to like that sultry ass ballad, but that's neither here nor there. And then the rest of the performances, like, well, going back to the Usher Tyrese was in the crowd, bro. Like, why didn't y'all ask Tyrese to fucking sing? Like, that nigga loony as fuck, but he can sing. And then you had like what's his name, Duran, I always fuck up his last name, but he was in the promo for this shit. Like it was just a bad look. Like you didn't feel like none of the new R&B cats could like participate in that performance. That was kind of it's I don't know, bro. It's a hair scratcher. Outside of that, it was just okay, bro. Like the BET Awards, and this is awards in general. I remember patiently waiting and being amped when it was like time for the BET Awards and the MTV Movie Awards and the MTV Music Awards. Like, nigga, those were like, that was must see TV when I was growing up, bro. Like, Jamie Foxx hosted one year, the Wayans hosting one year, Monique hosting, the Smith family hosting. Like, we looked forward to that, bro. And now it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say turn it over to like it's all Viacom. So like BET, MTV, and all those are under Viacom. I'm like, damn, do you need to turn it over to the motherfuckers that produce the Grammys? Like, I understand the importance of like the show being produced by people, black people, and minorities and things like that. But damn, dog, like it's just there is it's levels clearly. Like you got the Grammys, like it makes you feel like it's important. BET Awards, it don't make you, is that ambiance and that aura is just not there anymore, bro. Like it used to be must see TV, and we would talk about it for days and go back and watch the rewind runs, and then when the clips were on YouTube, go back and watch the clips. Like that shit is gone, and I don't know what they have to do. I know part of it is we do need our legitimate mega and superstars to come back to the show. I don't know. I don't know what else to do though. I don't know what else to do to like improve upon that. I honestly don't know. So it was just okay, bro. Like I like Meg's performance, I like Glorilla's performance. You could kept that Ice Spice shit. That shit was trash. Taraji's opening performance was lit. They definitely were pushing the vote, the vote agenda. They may have gotten a bag from the DMC. I don't know, but the aura is just gone, man. I don't know what else to do or they could do to help that, to get that back. It's been bad for some years now. So yeah. Yeah, Sexy Red's performance was cool. Like it was just alright. And then it was so fucking long. It was so fucking long. So it was, like I said, it was just okay. It was just alright. So got a few more questions here. Let me pull the rest of them up. So next question. Hook me up. That's not a fucking question. Like dead ass. That's not a question. Hook me up with your friend. Okay, bro. So how can I approach this? Look, I'm willing to throw a lob to anybody that wants to hop down on one of the homies. Always. I'm always willing to throw a lob. So, but, and this is one of the ones that was anonymous. So, I get an option of being anonymous or like just asking me straight up. I'm always willing to throw the lob. However, you can't be pussy about it. You can't be pussy about it. I don't know if this is one of the homies or this is one of my female friends. But you can't be pussy about it. I'm willing to throw a lob and get the fuck out the way. Once I throw the lob, it's on y'all. Whatever you do with it, that's what you do. But I gotta know who the fuck you are first. Cause I don't know who you are. Maybe somebody that has told me they want to hop down on one of the homies in the past. But I don't know. You gotta get in the field, motherfucker, and shoot your shot. So I'll say this: if you want to hop down on one of the homies that's not in a relationship, obviously, and like I do have some married homies, so obviously you can't do that. But if you want me to throw you a lob, let me know. DM me, hit me up, and I will set that up. I'm a great wingman and I'm a great point guard. You know what I'm saying? I'm retired, I'm out of the game, but I'll still throw assists in a lob. Because sometimes motherfuckers just need to get cracked. You feel me? Just need to have a good night, some debauchery real quick. You feel me? So, but you gotta let me know who you are. I can't fucking help you if I don't know who you are. So, yeah. When you hear this, tap back in with me and I'll get you right. Okay. What hobby are you looking to take up? So I've been talking about this shit for hellas, and I'm finally gonna do it here. I'm finally gonna do it. I'm taking a class right now, and I finished this class in literally 2 weeks. And so I'll have a little bit more free time. I'm taking up learning how to play electric guitar. I've been talking about this shit for years, and I didn't reached out to an instructor. And we just keep missing each other. But I'm literally going to learn how to play electric guitar. I've been wanting to do that shit for years, and I need to get on that. So that is one hobby I am absolutely looking to take up. Because I think that's some fly shit, learning how to or knowing how to play an instrument. So yeah, I'm going to take lessons, learn how to play, learn how to read music, the whole nine. And just start practicing, bro. You know, because now it's like at the point it's good to have hobbies. You know, for me working out and playing ball and traveling and going to do things, events and stuff like that. I wanted to do something that's gonna challenge me, and learning how to play an instrument is gonna challenge me. So I'm looking to absolutely do that. So yeah. I appreciate the questions, man. Um, solid questions as always. Before I get out of here, um, just because it ain't posted, don't mean it ain't happening. Like a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes, and I'm not saying you don't have to celebrate your wins or pat yourself on the back, but I've experienced it where because it's not posted, because it's not out there for somebody to see, they think it's not happening. And I've been saying this a lot. It's a motto late for me lately. I'm 2 way up with the blessings right now, bro. Life is good, and I pray for this. I continue to pray for protection over what I ask for and the ability to handle what I'm asking for and the capacity to carry that or whatever. But things that aren't posted and the things that are posted, just know it's 10 times way, way, way up. More way up than you can realize. So you got to get out of this thing where it's like, well, he not or she not posting about this. It must not be going. Must not be going well. Must not be going the way they wanted to. Oh, it's going exactly the way it needs to go, bro. So don't feed into the negativity and the BS that comes with people who just want to be nosy, that don't want to contribute to you elevating and being and growing and things like that. It's irrelevant. It don't matter. Because when you finally do post and they got the, oh, I didn't know you were doing it. I didn't know this was going. Yeah. You're just privy to a small window of what's going on. Don't act like you know somebody. Pretending that you know the ins and outs of what's going on in the details of their life, bro. Because assuming it's just going to make you look stupid in the end. But just because it ain't posted, don't mean it ain't happening. And that's all I want to say. So, I appreciate y'all for locking in with me, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to this on. Rate and subscribe to the show. Continue supporting, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, I'm excited about the next few episodes that are coming. I actually shot some content with some of the other homies as well. That's gonna be on my most likely my Instagram page, but I'll make sure to share links to it as well. And yeah, man, shout out to anybody that's, like I said, way up with the blessings and doing the things that they need to do out here, man. Life be life and for sure, but we got it, man. We got it. So until next time, I'll holler at y'all later.